Some questions.
Stan, I mean, I don't know the way that happened. It was a 14-13 game, and then it wasn't. What do you broadly say happened there?
Well, even when it was close, I mean, we were putting ourselves in tough situations with some pre-snap penalties on both sides of the ball. You know, a couple of offsides just kind of had us off kilter, and just a lot of mistakes that was happening during the course of that game from start to finish. Just things that we have to address. I mean, we have to look at that and wonder why that is happening. Just a missed assignment after missed assignment across the board, right? And coaches, we have to look at ourselves in the mirror there. You know, they're supposed to do what we coach them to do, and if you kind of go off the results of what happened today, we didn't do a good enough job coaching these boys. You know, so that's something that we have to address as a coaching staff. We have to make sure that our players are holding themselves accountable for the things that they can control. And, like all experiences, win or lose, we have to grow and learn from this one as well. So, it's hard to win when you're, not fitting the run right. And it's a run-fitting defense, and you're missing gaps. You've got guys doing some of the wrong stuff. We just cannot survive it right now. So we just got to go back to work, go back to the drawing board, and reel them all in and fix the issues.
Scheme-wise, defensively, it seemed like those first two drives, they found holes right up the middle, be it the quarterback or the long run by the running back. Then you guys it seemed like, I don't know, defensively you're like, we're not going to let that happen. And they're going to make them do it on the outside. And the speed was tough to handle on the outside.
Well, again, yeah, the speed is always going to be tough to handle when you're misfitting. You're not doing your job. I mean, that's always going to be the issue. I mean, speed or no speed, we need guys to fit the gaps properly in the run game. And whether it be inside run, outside run, again, we were having troubles just doing what we were coached to do in those situations. Our coaches were having a tough time getting players where they, within the scheme is supposed to be. And those are the things that we have to address. It's not like they did anything different from a scheme standpoint. Yes, they're fast, but you still got counter, you still got an inside zone. These are plays that we've been fitting the right way all season long. So it's concerning as to why we didn't do a good job of fitting those plays today. Now let's give credit to UCF. They came to play. I mean, those running backs did not misread when we misfit. I mean, they hit it and took advantage of those opportunities, and gotta give credit to them.
Were guys in the wrong place pre-snap even defensively?
Not necessarily pre-snap.
Okay.
I mean, and again, we'll get a little bit more detail with it when we get the film watched, but sometimes you're supposed to box a run and we're spilling runs. I mean, you're supposed to spill a run, we were boxing runs. We were just off, and I just need to figure out if it's communication error. I mean, we were lined up right, but we just were not fitting right post-snap, so we gotta address that.
Standing on the other side of the ball, you had two offensive linemen stay at home, a new mix. How would you evaluate the way they played, and can we
not good enough.
see these guys?
Not good enough. I mean, it's not a whole lot of positive to take when you lose like that. We'll get a chance to look at the film and kind of get into some small detailed things. I mean, 2 of 2 times in the red zone, we come away with points. I guess that's something to take positive from it. I thought they protected the quarterback well all game. I guess you can take that positive out of it, but the ultimate goal is to win. And I want to make sure that the standard is set that way for our players and their mindset as we move forward. It's never good enough unless you come away with a win. And that's the way we got to grow.
Is there a difference in how you coach a team up versus a loss versus a lopsided loss like what just happened? What's the difference in how you now need to go forward?
You go to work. It's, again, every opportunity is a great opportunity to learn, and I have an opportunity to really learn who we are as a football team right now, and what are we going to do as a result of this loss. What are we going to rally the troops? Are we going to hold each other accountable? Are we going to invest more? Are we going to, whatever it is, find a way to get ourselves in position to not let things like this happen, and I told the guys, I told the team that I need to see how they're going to respond to this one, you know, and I'll move and, you know, make sure we got the team in the proper direction after I watch them respond to this for sure.
Were you able to put in with the extra time? Did you put in a few wrinkles on offense? You know, there was a few new things it seemed like on those first few drives.
Yeah,
that worked.
I mean, you know, I felt like we had a rhythm going on early on in the game. You know, I really do. You know, I think we found, you know, a niche in the pass game. Got the ball thrown downfield early, and you know, again, that run game is still not quite where I wanted to be, but there was times where it kept us on schedule. You know, and we can build from that. But we have to continue to assess, you know, where we are and continue to evaluate, and the mission is to get better, no matter what it takes.
Yeah, this might be sort of a simplistic question about the offense, but do you sort of, right, with true freshman quarterback and, you know, new guys, it seems like you almost run out of new stuff to, you know, as you get deeper into the game. There's been a few games where the first drive, the first couple drives are productive, and then it's, you know, just tails off, and you know that we don't see the new stuff, and I don't know if the other team kind of starts to see the same stuff. Is it a limited playbook in that sense still?
We're always going to play to the level that our players can handle. I mean, you know, whether it be new or not, you know, we're going to play to the strength of what they can execute at a high level. And if it's a new play that they can manage that fits their talent, then we'll try something new. You know, but let's try consistency for a change, right? I mean, that's all we're trying to do, whether it be a new play or a base play that's a day one play for us. We got to get consistent at doing just fundamentally the right stuff all the time, you know. So it's not a matter of what's new, what's old. It's a matter of executing better, and we got to evaluate how to do that.
And is that how you sort of evaluate the struggles to gain yards on the ground? Is that a product of offensive line changing around, scheme, all of it?
Yeah, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, quite honestly. You know, fighting through some setbacks from an injury standpoint. And again, you know, I'm going to always justify these comments because, again, I'm trying to create a mindset. This is Temple University, and we need to learn how to overcome adversity. We need to be able to deal with the hand that's dealt with us at all times and not find excuses for not getting the job that we're capable of getting done. You know, and we're going to fight through these setbacks, and you know, it's got to be a next man up that has prepared himself for the moment, that is going to execute and put ourselves in position to win. And I think that, you know, once this program gets to the point where we're winning on a consistent basis, everybody's going to appreciate that mindset. You know, but we got to grow and become that, and it's going to take some work and it's going to take some time. But I'm confident in these young men that they are capable. All right, so we're just going to keep pushing them as a coaching staff and challenge them to be better versions of themselves, and whatever it takes. You know, is it, you know, putting more time and investment in, you know, studying the game a little bit more, holding each other more accountable, whatever it is, we're going to figure it out, and we're going to hold ourselves to a high standard.
Just curious when Vic Stoffel sort of got healthy and got in the reps, and when you settled on, you know, tonight's combination on the O-line.
Yeah, you know, he was healthy and available and did a great job of preparing. You know, had a good week of practice. You know, managed the pain very well and wanted to play. Was excited to play. You know, and I got a feeling that he did okay. You know, I just got to go take a look at the film. I know he had the right demeanor all day. No matter what the scoreboard said, I looked at him, you know, because it was my first opportunity to see him play, right? And when I looked at him, he looked like he was, you know, ready to play, you know, but I'll get a chance to assess his execution. But I was happy to have him back, for sure.
Okay.